Can anybody find the word that is not spelled correctly here? Let us know. We want to make sure you're paying attention. Use the GoToMeeting questionnaire form here, and let us know you guys are alive and kicking. All right, Eugene Karine is fired up tonight. That is awesome. Let me see. Where is, why don't you guys say hello? All right, Sue. Sue's all over it. That's right, recipe. Recipe is spelled wrong. Way to go, Sue. That's awesome. Way to make it happen. What is the biggest mistake we make as humans? Let's go ahead and see what you guys have here. Letting other people influence us negatively, not live in the present, conform to everybody else's way of thinking. We fall way too easily for hype. Paralysis by analysis. I can handle rejection. I'm married. We waste too much time. What is the call-in number? That was probably not it. We listen to failures instead of believing what we can do. Okay, so Barbara Turkowski is the closest, and that's probably because she's come to my Influence Mastery class. We're focusing on the wrong thing. Barry Tatum, another one of my absolute favorite clients, now one of my best friends, Barry Tatum, talking to him midnight last night doing dishes. Barry, glad to see you here. John Bovell, not listening to your gut feeling. Everything that you guys said are all important. Not listening to your gut feeling, not living in the present, letting other people's influence negatively affect us. Everything you guys said was good, so I'm glad you guys stepped up and shared. And I'm not going to say that I'm right, but I'm going to share something with you that I believe is maybe, for me, was one of the biggest aha moments in my life. And so hopefully this will be a big aha moment for you. So in my opinion, the biggest mistake we make as humans is that we focus more on lack than we do on prosperity. When you hear the word prosperity, think abundance. Think what you're grateful for in your life. Prosperity, abundance, gratitude, they're all very synonymous with each other. So what we tend to do as humans, listen to me closely here, is we tend to be, through conditioning and maybe even through our own DNA and life experiences, we begin to develop a focus of more on what's lacking in our life than what's abundant in our life or what's prosperous in our life. So the $10 million question is why? Why do we do this, and why don't we change it? Okay, and so let me go ahead and bring that to you. Here's why. Okay, the reason why we focus more on lack than abundance is simply this: is that just through conditioning, we actually spend more time describing where we are or where we've been instead of where we want to go. Now, this is so powerful. If you just take a moment and take a deep breath and really suck this in and let this absorb into your body. I want you to think about this. Let me give you some real life examples. Somebody, your wife or your husband asks you at the end of the day, you guys are having a cup of coffee, a peach Snapple, a glass of chocolate milk, a cup of green tea, echinacea tea, whatever you guys like to have, okay? Glass of Merlot, whatever you're doing. You're winding down, you're having whatever's healthy, whatever's good. And you're sitting there talking, and your spouse says to you, or your best friend says to you if you're single, they say, hey, man, how's your day? And here, how is your response to that question? How is your day? I want you to really think about how you go through life just operating as talking about how your day was. Well, here's what most people say, okay? See if you can fill in here and learn and listen to this real quick here, because I promise you, if you get this, you can change your life just from understanding this one aha right here. Someone asks you, a friend, you're talking to on the phone, your spouse, at the end of the day, you're winding down. How was your day? What is your answer? I'll tell you what most people's answer is typically. Our answer typically is we describe how our day was, right? We describe. And we do it really at an unconscious level. I mean, we don't really think about it. We just go, okay, it was an okay day. I mean, it was all right. I made some calls. I did some calls. There wasn't a lot of good people there. I ran some errands. I got some stuff done. I really didn't get done as much as I wanted to. I felt like I probably could have got a lot more done. Then I got done. The time went by fast. They kind of got away from me. And what happens is we describe the day maybe as we experienced it, maybe as it actually happened, but we spend so much time describing where we are or where we've been instead of talking about where we're going. Let me give you a different example. No matter how challenging my day was, and let me tell you something, just because you got a lot of money in the bank and you've got a lot of personal development in your core, I'm talking about myself here, doesn't mean that life is a breeze, okay? I still have challenges, and you will too. So just because you have a stack of money in the bank doesn't mean you don't have challenges. Just because you've gone to personal development for 14 years doesn't mean you don't have challenges. So the difference between exceptional people and average people is the way that they respond to life's challenges. Is my phone still cutting out? Dean, can you let me know? Dean or Kurt? It sounds the same. It's sounding the same as yesterday. Is it good enough where I can continue, or is it just ridiculous? What do you guys say? Some of you guys are saying it's good. You're fine. Okay, all right. Because this is important, and I want to make sure before we start prospecting, we actually get the aha moment from this. Okay. What if instead of you unconsciously just sharing, you got to understand this, that when you share with your wife or your spouse or your friend how your day was, do you realize what you're doing? You're actually creating what tomorrow is going to look like. Because when you describe what's going on, you're adjusting your vibration. It's called your vibrational countenance. You're adjusting your vibrational countenance. Let me bring this up real quick here so you can see what I'm talking about. This isn't just something I just made up. It's a cool word. Okay, vibrational countenance. We're all vibrating. We're all made of electrons, photons, protons, neutrons, aren't we? And if you remember anything from science, most of an atom is actually space, and it's a little tiny baseball in the center of a baseball field, and around the outside, if there was little golf balls sitting in the outside of a baseball stadium spinning around the electrons, that's how much space there is. So we're really space, right? We're more space than we are dense matter. And so what this means is based on the vibration of our atoms in our body, okay, our vibration, and here's a scale right here, is that when we describe how our day was, we're actually adjusting our vibration, just like tuning a piano or tuning a guitar. So when we talk about our day, when we talk about what's going on, not just our day, but this is just an example. When we talk about our day, we talk about our month. If I said to you, how was 2010? What would you say? Would you say it's awesome? I bet you most of you would say, it's God, I wish I was further. It's going okay. I wish things were getting done faster. I wish I could accomplish more. I wish I was getting more done. I feel like I'm not getting enough done. I wish I was more effective. And it's going all right, but gosh, if you were really honest and you were talking about how you honestly talk to people, I would imagine most of you are describing what's going on. And now you say, Joe, what's wrong with that? Here's what's wrong with it. Is that by describing what's just going on, you're getting yourself in a rut. You're sticking yourself to that because you're attuning your vibration to that. So if you guys get this right now, I'll tell you something. When somebody asks me, my wife asked me, how was your day? I'm going to say, you know what? My day was challenging, but man, did I learn a lot today. I learned so much today that tomorrow's going to be awesome. It was a challenging day, but man, I learned so much that tomorrow's going to be amazing. And and I was excited because there was a couple coaching clients I had today, and I actually caught the shift in them, and I know that, man, I changed their life because I changed what they're focused on. And so I made a huge difference today. And I know that huge difference I made, there's a ripple effect, and it's probably going to be coming right back around to me. And so no matter how challenging your day was, just think about this for a second. Think about describing your day differently to people, because the way you describe it to people is what's going on in your head. And so when someone asks you how your day was, or how your week was, or how your week's going, or how it's going to be going, or how it might be, or how your year was, when you answer that question, you got to stop, and you got to reevaluate. And you got to say, I want to talk about what I want, not what I don't, not just the way things are. You've got to spend more time talking about what you want to happen, how you'd like to see things happen, the silver lining if you're going through challenges, and what you want to happen. That has to be the majority of what you think about and talk about. And see, what you talk about is what you're thinking. And that's why I want to pay attention to what you talk about, because what you talk about is what you're thinking. It's difficult to pay attention to your thoughts because you've got 50 to 60,000 thoughts running through your head every day. So what you want to do is start to pay attention to how you answer questions, how you answer the simple questions. How was your day? How was your week? People I talk to all the time, financially challenged. Friends of mine, good friends of mine, different people in network marketing. Go, how you doing this year? Oh, man, it's tough. The recession's, no, everyone's broke. All the leads I call are broke. It's tough out here. It's tough. Do you realize that you're actually creating tomorrow to be that way? I don't know if you guys completely get that. Law of attraction, the secret behind the secret, whatever, quantum physics, whatever you want to call it. Here's the bottom line, is that whatever you talk about the most, that's what you get the most back. It's a boomerang effect. So if you want to start causing a shift in your life, you got to start shifting how you answer simple, everyday questions. How's your day? How's your week? How's your year? And start responding more favorably. You know what? 2010 has not started off the greatest, but you know what, man? I'm learning a lot this year. I'm learning more this year than I ever have. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking towards the future, and I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited about things. So when someone asks you how your day, how your year, how your month is, how are you going to respond? Respond more favorably and spend more time talking about and what you want to happen, what you can see happening, what you believe is going to happen, what's about to unfold. Spend more time there than you do with what's going on right now. Because I would imagine for many of you, there's not a lot going on right now, if we were really honest. But let's stop being honest about it, and let's just start talking about what we want. If you can get that one distinction tonight and get that one habit, I promise you, life tomorrow, next week, next month will be better as you hone in on that. So I'm going to bring Kurt or Dean on real quick to comment, and then we are going to go into 40 minutes of live prospecting, but I just felt so compelled to share this with you today that I wanted to, maybe we duped you into, hey, we're going to prospect, and we duped you here, but I believe that some of you grabbed something away from my little soapbox here and actually grabbed something away and said, hey, you know what, this makes actually a lot of sense. I've got to work on what I share with you. Let me bring Kurt or Dean. Why don't you guys real quick comment, and then we'll dive into the live prospecting tonight. So Kurt, what did you get out of what I shared?
Well, what it speaks to me, Joe, is how powerful language is. We got to watch how we talk, and that's been a powerful principle that I've been learning over and over again. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to get on Sidelink and dial for dollars, you taught me and coached me to say, hey, I'm making powerful connections. I'm making friends for a living. It's about language. Wouldn't you say, Dean, the language is so important, and even how we speak to one another as we work throughout the day, Dean, right?
That is correct.
It's awesome.
Dean, what would you add on to that? That was awesome, Kurt. Be more mindful of just your language.
Well, absolutely. And coaching somebody with on that just this morning, as a matter of fact, how important your language is, and what you say really dictates your life or your outlook and what how you operate. But what I really got from what you were saying, Joe, is that just sometimes that things happen that make you take a step back and really take a look. And what you were saying as far as how challenging it was, but you're being thankful for the opportunity to take what you learned today as a lesson and move forward with it. And it's almost like taking a step back and being grateful for what you have, and then being able to move forward and create even something better moving forward from here. And that's kind of what I got from it.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome. Both of you guys had great insight there, you guys. Listen, do we all have problems? Does everyone have some problems that are on the line? I'm seeing some of you guys talk through the questionnaire form. Speak up. I got Tom Bowie going, hey, your philosophy, and thoughts, it really dictates your attitude. Your attitude dictates your action. Your action dictates your results and dictates your lifestyle. I got a lot of thank yous coming in, a lot of great stuff coming in. But here's the bottom line. Do we all have problems? I mean, Dean, you got problems. Kurt, you got problems?
Always. Challenges.
Only challenges, right? So we change it. Problem, if you look it up, I challenge you. Look it up. It's an unresolvable issue in some of the dictionaries. But a challenge, it's an opportunity to grow. So just changing from problem to challenge is a little different. It feels different, doesn't it?
It sure does.
So we got to start changing our language. Dialing for dollars. And Kurt told me that. I go, dude, stop that. That's so weak, dialing for dollars. You're not dialing for dollars. You're making important connections.
Amen.
Hey, and you go, I got to prospect. I got to get myself to prospect today. I have to. Stop doing that. So you know what? Today's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy connecting with people. I'm going to sit down for 15, 30 minutes. I'm going to make some phone calls here, and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to enjoy connecting with people. I'm going to call till I get a stud. Once I get a stud, I'll probably take a break. What if we start talking like that instead of, I got to make my calls? Okay, so yes, change your language. But really start realizing that what's going on in your life doesn't have to be what's going on tomorrow. The past doesn't equal the future unless you live there. So start changing the way that you talk about what's going on in your life. All of us got challenges. Talk about what you want. Spend more time talking about where you're going, what things are happening. That's how I did. When I was $100,000 in unsecured credit card debt, and I didn't know what the hell I was doing, I tell you, what I focused on? I focused on 1 year from today, I'm going to be in a lot better place. And I'm going through the challenges I'm going through now, which seem almost unsurmountable, but I believe God won't give us more than we can handle. And I believe that He won't. That's a belief that I have that maybe some of you don't have. But I believe we'll never get more than we can handle if we're just tough enough to push through it and look around at the people in our life that are there to support us. And if you look at what I did to carry myself through a really dark time, when you don't know what you're doing,